If only there were more mosquito nets in Africa. Each year we would save millions of mosquitoes dying needlessly of AIDS. Jimmy Carr. Alright guys, haven't made a video in a while. I always do, god damn it. Anyway, I just fixed my seat clamp. I broke it, so I was riding with no seat. Well, actually I just wasn't riding because, well, can't sit. Doesn't matter because you don't really sit on a BMX bike anyway. And my thumb's been really jacked up for the last couple weeks. I don't know why, I just woke up one day and it hurt. I'm going to show you a couple tricks. Well, not tricks, more like tips and tricks. Say if you're riding and you do a big drop or something, like a stair set, and your bars move inwards and you don't have an Allen wrench on you, some people push or try and pull. That's not going to work. Use leverage. So you're going to do this little trick I learned from my friend. Set it up like this, or having the bars face the other way if it's bent the other way, and you just stomp on your stem and the leverage will just, bam, it'll move your bars right back. Also, another trick is that if you bent your bars, you can go to a curb and just, I'm not going to walk all the way over there. Pretend this is a curb. So over here is the edge of the curb. You put the angle right here, and you can stomp on this and it'll go down. So even your bars out. But like a paper clip, you don't want to do it back and forth too much because, well, eventually it'll get weak and it'll break on you, and that's uncomfortable if you're doing a drop and it just snaps off. So that's another trick. What else? Other stuff like if you bent your wheel and it starts to rub, which I have a big problem with that. I barely have any clearance. I used to just stomp on the wheel, just put it down. If it's rubbing here, I just stomp on it, but that's obviously no good for the wheel. You have to fix that later. Easy if the seat bends, you can just stomp on that. What are the tricks? Oh, I was riding once. My friend's spacer broke, which is, I don't know how the fuck he did that. But I used the zip tie, and that actually stopped the headset shake really well. What else? Also, I had a flat tire. I was like 2 miles away from home. So I opened it up, tie lever or screwdriver, whatever you use. Take out the inner tube. And I just stuffed it with balls of paper. And people at the park saw me do that and like, oh, what? That's awesome. And they started giving me a lot of paper, like, oh, this is homework. Fuck that shit. Fuck my teacher. And I just started stuffing the whole tire with the balls of paper. I rode home like that, and it worked. You want to stuff it as tight as you can, because the second you'll get on to ride, the weight will crush it. So that's another trick. What else? I don't know. I think that's all the tricks I have to teach. Probably on the spot anyway. Yeah, sometimes I remember when I didn't have a peg, and I would just have the screw coming out like this, but in the back so it'd be thicker. I would put a spoke wrench and then another bolt on top of that, so I'd always have a spoke wrench on my non-peg side, and that's really useful when you bend your wheel mid-ride. If you're a pot smoker, a lot of people. Well, I didn't smoke pot when I was in my BMX area in Vegas. Moved to California, then I started smoking. But people used to put break their bar end, and they put it down here as a stopper. And then they put trees inside, and they put another bar in to cap it. So you could hide stuff there. Yeah, there's a bunch of fun little tricks and tips you can do with your bike. I used to put a little speaker, like a really small one, right in here, and I'd ride around my little iPod. One of those square things, shuffle, I think. I don't know. I used to have music on my bike. You can put a little flashlight on there. There's a bunch of little tricks you can do, but these are all my little tricks, and this is what I know. Feel free to use them. That's why I'm making this video. I think that's about it. Yeah, well, enjoy your ride, guys. Hopefully I can get some new bars today, because just fixed my seat. Thumb's feeling better. And my bars are tiny little things. Tiny, tiny. I don't know if you can see that. They're puny. Damn it. I need to get a bike stand. Really small. Just take my word for it. It's 25 wide, so it's puny. Yeah, they're really small. I put that foam here because, well, when I tried to learn bar spins, it kind of psyched me out because if you miss catching the bars, your teeth are gone. This doesn't help a lot, but you know, in your head, it's a mental thing, I guess. So yeah. But I put padding wherever I could. Sometimes I'd put padding right here. As padding, I used to use shoestring and just wrap it around, like spiral it all the way across the crossbar. And that cordage would come in really useful. Like, you don't know how useful cordage is until you have it. I remember another trick. I used to keep getting flats in my back tire. I'd rather have flats in my front than my back, so I can just rocket manual all the way home if necessary. But I got a flat in the back. I took it out, and usually what I'll do is I'll take the inner tube that got a flat, I'll cut it open, so it's like that. I'll just cut this part, so I can wrap it around the new inner tube, so we have like 2 layers of inner tubes inside the tire. And then I did that for the front wheel. And the back wheel, I really don't want a flat, so I put a strip tire, and I put a strip of leather all the way around, and then the old inner tube, and then the new inner tube. So there's several layers of, you know, padding. And I was really careful not to put the layer of leather on top of each other and overlap and make it bumpy, so did a pretty good job. I haven't had any flats for a couple months now. Yeah, be careful when you break spokes. That's uncomfortable. You'll weaken the integrity of the bike. Yeah, I think that's all the tips I have for you. Go out and ride, enjoy, carry wax with you. Later, guys.